About 100 people gathered at a church in Kiev on Monday to honor 2 Ukrainian journalists killed when a Russian drone struck their car in eastern Ukraine's Donetsk region. According to Associated Press, both 43-year-old war correspondent Olena Hubanova, who worked under the pseudonym Alyona Gramova, and cameraman Yevhen Karmazin were killed on Thursday, October 23, when a Russian Lancet drone hit their vehicle in Kramatorsk, around 20 kilometers from the front line. During the attack, another reporter who was part of the team was wounded and has been hospitalized. It was the latest deadly attack on journalists covering the war in Ukraine. Earlier this month, a French photojournalist, Antoni Lallican, and a Ukrainian reporter, Grigoriy Ivanchenko, were wounded in a similar strike. Ivanchenko later had a leg amputated. The trend underscores the expansion of the danger zone near the front line, where any movement can be spotted by drones and quickly targeted. The growing reach of the weapons, now extending more than 20 kilometers from the front line, has made reporting there increasingly perilous. Drones, whose operators can often see their targets, have become deadly not only for soldiers but also for civilians. The 2 journalists, who often work together, were honored side by side during a funeral service at St. Michael's Golden Domed Monastery in Kiev, where their coffins, covered with fresh roses, stood next to each other. Standing up for the truth is one of the best forms of love for one's neighbor, said Archimandrite Lavrenti, the dean of the monastery, during the service. In their effort to show the truth to the world, these journalists have sacrificed their lives. In a statement, Freedom said Gramova worked constantly in the most dangerous areas of Donetsk and Dnipropetrovsk regions, telling the world the truth about how Russian forces are destroying her native Donetsk region. Their colleague Olena Hubanova, who also works for the Freedom Channel, brought blue and yellow flowers to the funeral. She constantly returned to the trenches, to the people, to the stories, to those shellings, to those destructions. It was important for her that the world knew the truth. Because there is a great effort of Russian propaganda around, and in contrast to that, our strength is to tell the truth, to convey it to the world, to say that all this is not a setup. Alyona was one of those journalists who lived it and let it pass through herself. That's why she went there, she added. Since Russia launched its full-scale invasion in February 2022, at least 135 media workers have been killed, according to Ukraine's National Union of Journalists. Gramova was born in Kyiv, a city in the Donetsk region that has been under Russian occupation since 2014. Karmazin, 33, was a native of Kramatorsk and had worked as a cameraman for the same network since 2021. He is survived by his wife and son.
Відстоювати правду – це один із найкращих способів показати свою любов до ближніх. Журналісти покликані саме до цієї справи – показувати, висвітлювати правду. І бачимо в сьогоднішній день, що ця професія є аж ніяк небезпечною, а буває, що і загрожує життю. Тому що, намагаючись показати правду світові, журналісти пожертвували своїм життям. І ми з цих слів розуміємо і навчаємося важливої життєвої істини.
Вона постійно поверталася в окопи, до людей, до історій, до тих обстрілів, до тих руйнувань. Для неї було важливо, щоб світ знав правду. Тому що навколо велике засилля російської пропаганди. І на противагу цього наша сила – це говорити правду, доносити світу, говорити, що це все не постановки. І Олена була з тих журналістів, яка проживала це і пропускала через себе. Саме тому вона туди і їхала.
Вот так сегодня выглядит один из центральных районов города Покровска после вчерашнего вечернего ракетного российского удара.
В укрытие.
Рассказывай, да? Почему ты замолкаешь, когда я начинаю снимать?
Атаки на журналістів почастішали, це факт. Ворог, знаєте, бачить в цьому певну перемогу, чи для них це, я навіть не знаю, як підібрати це слово, якийсь трофей такий інформаційний, чи то що вони цілять і полюють саме на журналістів, тому що вони знають, що українські журналісти говорять і доносять правду, на відміну від тієї пропаганди і брехні, яку несуть російські пропагандисти.
Russia's defense ministry said Monday that its air defenses shot down 193 Ukrainian drones overnight, in what it described as one of the largest such attacks to date. During the past night, air defense systems intercepted and destroyed 193 Ukrainian fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles, the ministry said on Telegram. Local officials in the Bryansk region, which borders Ukraine, reported one fatality. Governor Alexander Bogomaz said a minibus was hit in the village of Pogar, killing the driver and injuring 5 passengers. According to the defense ministry, 47 drones were shot down over Bryansk Oblast, 42 over Kaluga Oblast, and 40 over Moscow Oblast, 34 of which were reportedly flying toward the Russian capital. Another 32 drones were downed over Tula Oblast, 10 over Kursk, 7 over Oryol, 4 each over Rostov and Voronezh, 2 each over Orenburg and Tambov, and 1 in each of Belgorod, Lipetsk, and Samara oblasts. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin confirmed that dozens of drones had targeted the capital and surrounding areas throughout the night. He said Russian air defenses had intercepted multiple aerial targets approaching the city, reporting explosions across several districts including Kommunarka. Emergency services were dispatched to all impact sites, although no casualties were reported. Eyewitness accounts and footage published by Russian telegram channels showed smoke rising over Kommunarka, a southern suburb of Moscow. The independent outlet Astra verified the location of several videos showing smoke billowing near a wooded area adjacent to Proektorovany Proezd. Explosions were also reportedly heard in Domodedovo, Podolsk, Dubna, Ramenskoy, Troitsk, and Kolomna. In response to the drone activity, Moscow's Domodedovo and Zhukovsky airports suspended operations shortly after midnight as a safety measure. The attack also coincided with a reported fire at an oil depot in Serpukhov, Moscow Oblast, on the evening of October 26. The local administration did not comment on the cause of the blaze, only noting that firefighters had brought it under control. This was the second major drone attack on Moscow in a month. In late September, air defenses shot down 41 drones over 2 days. The largest strike so far occurred in May, when 109 drones were intercepted over 2.5 days, causing widespread flight delays and temporary internet outages across central Russia.
Слышь?